Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of May, 15th to the 31st. I hope you're well. We're using the Llewellyn Tarot for you today. Now, if you haven't seen one of these videos before, I structure them slightly differently to the main monthly reading, in so much as we are looking for the lesson. So to that end, I'm going to pull 3 cards for your current energy, see where you're at right now, and then 3 cards to see what that energy is trying to teach you. I see everything as a lesson. Sometimes it's not trying to teach you anything. Sometimes it's trying to, clear the way for the new things that are coming in, often by way of showing you what it is that you need to release, that sort of thing. But I found it really useful as a practice of detachment to kind of get a broader perspective on what's going on, because it can be very easy to get sort of bogged down in the emotions of things, the day-to-day aspects of things. So if that doesn't make sense, bear with me, because I'm sure it will by the end of the reading, and we'll close it out with 3 cards of advice. So can I have 3 Capricorns? No. Can I have 3 cards for Capricorn, please? Thank you. There's the first. We have the Page of Pentacles. It's come out in the reverse, which is interesting. Ooh. And we have the Lovers in reverse and the 9 of Wands. And let's get one more because those 2 came out together. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, with the King of Pentacles underneath, which is strictly Taurian energy, but quite as well easily could be you. And we've got the Emperor behind it there. It seems like there's something that you are trying to bring about at the moment, Capricorn, and it might well be to do with your environment, but it's certainly got something to do with the with notions of home for you, right? It could be your 4 walls, like I said, or it could be something a bit more than that. It could be, family relations, friendships, that sort of thing, whatever feels like home to you. But I'm sensing a great deal of frustration because things are not quite moving the way that you would like them to do. We see it here with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Like, that is a card of a delayed new start, right? I often see the Page of Pentacles as the first step in truly understanding the value of something, right? And that can be yourself, but it can be a situation. It can be the promise of something new, a way to change your life around in some way or another. But the fact that it's come up in the reverse speaks to me more of delay than anything else, right? What it is that you are trying to plan to bring into being isn't quite taking off the way that you want it to. And we've followed it up immediately by the 9 of Wands and the Lovers card in reverse. Now, the 9 of Wands is here, feels like a frustrated, thwarted energy, because the Lovers is the card of a choice for me, right? It's conscious co-creation. It's working together with energy and manifesting what it is that you want to bring about. When it turns up this way around, it's a feeling of disempowerment to me. And so with the 9 of Wands here, it feels like you're being thwarted in what it is that you're trying to do, right? It's almost like every avenue that you try and explore here is in some way being cut off from you, and so you're kind of trying to find another way, because that's the way that your mind works. You're very good at problem solving, very good at solution oriented thinking, but it seems like you're being cut off at the knees with everything that you're trying. Now we've got this Knight of Swords here as Gemini energy, and he feels a little bit hasty. I mean, he always is hasty. We've got the speed, but we've got haste. We've got things being missed potentially. Tell me about this Knight of Swords. There's the Devil card, just peeking its head over there. Now, that is you. That's the card of Capricorn, but it is also the card of fear and toxicity. I think I can see where this is going somewhere here, Capricorn. The other possibility here is that you're waiting for news that isn't coming. And I'd like to see which one it is. What about the Knight of Swords? Yeah, we've got the 2 of Swords. Oh, goodness. What do we have here? Oh, far too many. I'm going to put all of those back because it's like 5 cards. about this? Five of Swords. Same again, a whole splurge of cards. Yeah, we've got the Emperor, the Chariot, and the Magician. These are all really, really strong cards, but they're prefaced with the Two of Swords. Again, this feeling of all of your plans, all of your goals, everything that you're trying to manifest for yourself, somehow being stopped, being thwarted. Now, we've got the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. It could be that you're not able to have a conversation with someone that you need to have a conversation with in order to bring that about, and that's one of the reasons why this isn't taking off the way that you want it to. Or it could be that you're thinking about things ever so slightly the wrong way, Capricorn. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at the lesson here. What is the lesson for Capricorn and the energy that they're in at the moment? We have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords, more for Capricorn, and we have the Page of Swords. Interesting. And we have ended up with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck again. We've got the Empress here underneath that Five of Swords, and we have the Six of Cups underneath that one, which is interesting because we have the archetypal mother and then archetypal children. It could be that there's family involved around this, you know, possibly your mother, or, you know, the mother of your children, or maybe you're the mother of the children, you know. There's something that's not moving the way that you want it to, though, which means that you are being paused, and you're being paused for a reason. Like, what are you missing here, Capricorn? Because we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and that is, you know, it speaks to a situation that is less than ideal, right? And the lesson of the Seven of Pentacles is that you have invested time and care and effort and, you know, perhaps even money into a situation, and it's not giving you the yield that you anticipated when you started that, right? So it's sort of looking at the situation and working out where it is that you either need to put in more effort or where it is that you need to pull it out from. I quite like it because it's quite a present energy card, but it's asking you to look at your circumstances, because maybe you're putting your effort into the wrong direction. You know, there seems to be a question here of whether or not you have truly understood your motivations for doing what it is that you're trying to do. And the Seven of Swords, it can be a card of deception, it can be a card of self-deception, but it can also be a card of taking a risk. Now, the fact that you've got the two of them together, well, seven is a very spiritual number. It's that kind of stopping and looking at what you have learned about a situation. If the six is about movement, then the seven's about that kind of stop, take stock, integrate, then move on, you know? Yeah, we have the Moon here, and we have the King of Swords. I don't think that you quite understand your motivations, Capricorn, the way that you think you do. I think that your subconscious has a lot more to do with this situation than you've given it credit for. And there is perhaps an emotional aspect to this that you have not considered. There's definitely an ending that's trying to be brought into play here. We have the World at the bottom of the deck, possibly with a Leo, because we've got the King of Wands underneath there. But the King of Wands could also be talking about the way in which you are trying to go after something, you know, really actively bring something about. The fact that the Moon and the King of Swords are here, it does feel like you've deceived yourself about something, Capricorn. And you appear to be being halted until you can go within and work out what it is that is, it's not sitting straight inside you. No, we've got the Page of Swords, and I like this because it's about the discovery of new information, right? It's about bringing all of those things. It does feel a little bit like you need to look at yourself and work out what the motivation is for you doing what it is that you're trying to do at the moment, because it does feel like you've deceived yourself somewhere. Right? With the King of Swords down here, there's new clarity that needs to come before you get a chance to move on. What have we got here? Yep, we've got the Hermit, right? It's not about external factors at this point, Capricorn. It's about going within and looking at what it is that you have missed, and it's something to do with the reason why you're approaching something the way that you are at the moment. It's asking you to stop and properly take stock, because it feels a little bit like you're trying to barrel off in a direction which you've convinced yourself is the right one, for reasons which, you know, will become clear to you, I'm sure, at some point. But it does feel like it's coming from... It feels like it's coming from a place of pain, to be honest. So stop, take stock, and closely examine why it is that you're doing what it is that you are doing, what it is that you're trying to bring about for yourself. Can I have some cards of advice for Capricorn, please? Ooh, we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Sun. There's that Leo energy again. And we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Ooh. We have the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck, again asking you to consider why it is that you are making the decisions that you are doing right now at this moment. Like, where is your judgment impaired? Because that's the thing that's holding you back at the moment. Oh, Nietzsche knows. So we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Sun, and we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Like, this looks like it refers to some sort of breakup. It's what we usually see here. It's a definite pulling apart and going of separate ways. Could it be that there is the vestiges of something that you are holding on to, that you have not yet entirely subconsciously accepted has been finished? Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This can be a family relationship, friendship, you know, whatever. But it seems that you're being asked to accept that something has ended and make your peace with it. That's what I heard, that just make your peace with this and what it is, because it does not feel... Well, there's some element of this that is affecting your judgment at the moment, which means you're not firing on all cylinders, Capricorn, in the way that you like to. And there's something kind of messy going on in here that kind of needs pulling apart a little bit before you try and move too far in any direction. Right. This is what I have for you. I really hope that this is useful. Just a couple of weeks, Capricorn. Just step down maneuvers just for a couple of weeks until you work out what's going on with you. And then you can process it, and then you can release it, and then you will be allowed to move. All right? So know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.